Well, hello everybody. How are you? Good to be here. Today is Thursday, 12th of February. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Almost towards the weekend, Friday tomorrow. What have I got for you before we start? Happy birthday to our very own Gemma Ramicki. Happy birthday to you, lovely. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. And obviously, the other day it was Narelle Walk-Ons as well. So happy birthday to you two lovely ladies. Nothing else to report from business end at the moment. But as always, guys, hang in there. Okay, he's not gone anywhere. He's working behind the scenes. And I'm sure we will get an update very soon to let us know what is going on. As always, try and bring something to the table. And today is off the back of yesterday's, which was the ripple effect, which came to me via Gina Lever doing something. And I looked at the ripple effect. And then off the back of the ripple effect came today's, which was 3 degrees of influence. And why I think this is quite an important thing in life in general, about how we are actually not that far away from people the same as us, and we really do know a lot more people than we actually think we did or do, in effect. So let's get into it. So within the network theory and organizational behavior, being 3 steps away from a closest colleague typically refers to the saying 3 degrees of influence phenomenon, where behaviors, attitudes, or information cascades through a social network. And within a professional context, this means an action taken by you can impact someone 3 connections removed, a friend of a friend of a friend, for instance. This really does go to show how connected we really all are, and one action through another person and another person and another person affects them. Bit of a cascade effect, isn't it? And this should really help us all to be very mindful of our actions because of the effect it has on others. People actually go about their life making this kind of effect because they are actionable people. They like to see the domino effect of their behavior on others and the fallout from it. My opinion, I don't think that's a good trait to have. I think that you should be known for the good side of humanity rather than the bad side of humanity. And I think that sometimes the old saying, your reputation precedes you, is a very, very true one. Why? Because that is what people remember you for. And this 3 steps of 3 degrees of influence really is exactly that. So what are some of the key aspects of it? Well, the first one is that ripple effect, the 3 steps. Organizational behaviors like managing relationships or accountability often have a measurable impact that extends up to 3 steps away, i.e. 3 people, through one telling another, telling another, telling another. While the influence is strongest, obviously, in step 1, the direct person, it still shows a significant measurable impact all the way through to step 3, that third person who is a derivative of 1, 2, and the third person itself. Influence limitations, obviously, research suggests that beyond 3 degrees of separation, the ability for behaviors to spread, like happiness or negativity, or even obesity, believe it or not, generally ceases to be measurable. Remember, we are influential on other people, not just in what we're saying, what we're doing, but our behavior as well is influential. Like I said yesterday, that ripple effect. We tend to mimic other people for good and for bad. And this is why If you remember, we talked about be careful of who your inner circle is, because it has a direct effect on you and other people around you. For instance, if you are hanging around with people who are gluttonous, who don't exercise, who drink too much, who basically are unsociable, guess what might happen to you? You will mimic them and become very, very similar. This is why it's so important to make sure that you hang with the right people. Birds of a feather stick together. Make sure your flock is the right flock to be in. Also, in a network context, like LinkedIn, social connections, Facebook, and TikTok, even Instagram, etc., that first degree is a direct, that first person. The second degree is a friend of one of those people that you have met on social networks. You see it often anyway. Look at Facebook. It will have friend suggestions to you, and that comes from that first person, and you are maybe a connection to that other person. That is that friend request that you see pop up in your on your social media very often. And obviously that third person is a friend of a friend of a friend, representing a wide, often weak tie network. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. It also has impact examples. A behavior impact, 37% more likely at step 1, 6% more likely at step 3, showing a diminishing yet still present influence as it goes through those people. Think of it along the lines of word of mouth. Chinese whispers, we all know how that works with kids, don't we? And adults, for instance. We've all played that game. One tells another, and by the time it's come all the way back round, it is a completely different story. This is very similar as far as this 3 degrees of influence. It gets watered down as it goes along, and so the effect becomes diminished. This is why when we are telling our story, when we are the person who is instigating what is being said, we need to be very accurate and precise about what we are saying. Otherwise, snippets get taken, they get exaggerated a lot of the time, changed, watered down, manipulated, all these sort of things. So by the time it comes through the second person and the third person, it's not even what was said originally. This is why if you are somebody who is on social media, somebody who does videos, somebody who talks, whatever it may be, that you are 100% correct with what you are saying, so that there is no error in the watered down effect at the end. So in essence, what really is 3 degrees of influence? It is about being accountable for what you say because of the effect it happens through the contacts that you have. First step, second step, and third step. It is important that when you are saying things, that you understand how this works. And this is why I wanted to talk to you about the 3 degrees of influence, because it is influential. These 3 steps away defines the limit of your immediate influence on professional networks, cultures, and behaviors. So you need to be extremely mindful when you say things and in what context, because people naturally, no fault of their own, because they always say, I heard this information from so-and-so, and so-and-so might have been that second person. They might be the third person. And so, as you can see, the third person hearing that information might not be the person who is bending the truth. It's what they are hearing. So you need to make sure that you saying what you're saying as the first person, make sure that you say it as it should be, truthfully, and then we stand a much better chance of that third person getting the real truth rather than it being bended, twisted, or exaggerated. Anyway, guys, short and sweet today, but I thought I'd bring that to your attention, I suppose, to make you realize how much influence we all really do have. It's not just people we know. It extends out that ripple effect much, much larger than just our immediate circle. How we are, how we act, how we behave, what we say, all of these things have a consequence of that ripple effect and that 3 degrees of influence. That's it from me, guys. Happy birthday once again to Gemma Ramaki and anybody else who might be having a birthday. I'll be back around tomorrow and I'll bring something else to the table. That's it from me. Bye for now.